We live in a world of highlight reels. Every scroll, every post, every just sold sign is a perfectly chosen moment. It looks polished, it looks successful, it looks effortless. But here's the problem. When everyone is trying to look visible, they start to look the same. And in trying so hard to be seen, we can actually make ourselves invisible. Today, I want to talk about the difference between the highlight reel and the real deal, and why that difference matters more than ever. I am Steve Colino, and this is Confidential Remarks. Look at the market right now. Everyone is online. Everyone is posting. Everyone is visible. But if you really pay attention, it all starts to blend together. The same smiles, the same announcements, the same captions. When everyone follows the same formula, nobody stands out. It becomes a sea of sameness. And in that sea, it's not the loudest person who wins. It's the one who feels real. So what is visibility? Visibility is the filter. It's managed. It's carefully chosen. It shows only what you want people to see. The best angles, the best lighting, the best moments. It's edited, polished, and presented as your personal brand. And there's nothing wrong with presenting yourself well, but we have to be honest about what it is. Visibility is controlled reality. It's the version of you that has been cleaned up for display. When you curate everything, you're not just sharing, you're performing. Every word is planned. Every image is adjusted. Every story is shaped to create a certain reaction. And over time, that gets exhausting because instead of living your work, you're managing it. Visibility becomes a stage. And when you're always on stage, you stop being fully real. Here's where it gets serious. People aren't stupid. They can feel when something is overly edited. They can sense when it's too perfect. And when everything looks flawless, it doesn't feel true. That's the trust gap. The more polished everything becomes, the more distance it creates. And trust doesn't grow in perfection. It grows in honesty. So what's the answer? Transparency. Transparency cuts through the noise. It doesn't try to impress. It tries to connect. It's not about being messy for attention. It's about being real on purpose. In a world full of filters, transparency feels different, and different gets noticed. Transparency is the raw footage. It's unedited. It shows what's actually there. No script, no special effects, no perfect ending. It's sharing the process, not just the result. It's admitting when something was hard. It's letting people see behind the curtain. And when people see the real story, they connect to it. But here's the trap. The moment you try to perfectly manage transparency, it stops being transparent. If you start scripting your vulnerability or editing your honesty to look good, you're back on stage again. Transparency isn't another strategy. It's a shift in mindset. It's choosing truth over performance, even when it's not polished. People can feel the difference immediately. It's a gut check. When something is real, it lands differently. When something is scripted, it feels distant. Your audience may not be able to explain it, but they know it. They can sense when you're trying to impress them, and they can sense when you're simply being yourself. Visibility says, look at me. Transparency says, see me. Visibility is managed and curated. Transparency is real and unedited. Visibility focuses on image. Transparency builds trust. And in the long run, trust always wins. Because people don't connect with perfection. They connect with people. Consumers today are tired of perfection. They want something they can believe. Perfection creates distance. Reality creates connection. Trust lives in the messy parts. The parts where things didn't go exactly as planned. When you allow people to see that side, you stop being just another profile on a screen. You become someone they can relate to. Here's the opportunity. The goal isn't to be more visible. The goal is to be genuinely seen. And most people are still stuck chasing visibility. That means transparency is your advantage. When you choose to be real, you step out of the crowd automatically. Not because you're louder, but because you're different. So, how do you drop the filter? Start by sharing the process, not just the result. Talk about what didn't work before you talk about what did. Admit when something was hard. Stop presenting and start having real conversations. Let the edges be a little rough. That's not weakness, that's credibility. Stop managing every moment. Start being present in it. Very few people are truly transparent. That's what makes it powerful. You don't need to be perfect to stand out. You need to be honest. Don't just aim to be visible. Aim to be genuinely seen. Authenticity isn't an accident. It's built. It's a decision you make again and again to choose transparency over performance, connection over image, truth over polish. That's the shift from visibility to transparency. And when you make that shift, you don't just grow attention, you build trust, and trust is what lasts. This has been Confidential Remarks.